Hello. In the heart of Louisville lived a busy man, our protagonist, Miles Barrow. We return amidst an afternoon adventure as we explored the last bits of the train yard. On the far northwest side lay two unexplored sheds waiting to be reclaimed. A small infestation of mutants occupied the space temporarily. With the imminent threat removed, we searched for any goodies we could find. Surprisingly, the small storage building contained an absolute deluge of ammo, a really beautiful weapon, as well as the almighty crowbar and military flashlight combo. The FAL 50 cal in the gun container unfortunately had no magazine, but that didn't mean we were about to abandon such a gorgeous invention. At home, we'll lay out the rifle as a trophy for now, as well as take visual stock of just how much ammo was in that shed. A total of 16 boxes of 50 BMG, and 6 boxes of 45 ACP. With our growing hoard of supplies, we needed more storage, so we grabbed a few metal shelves from the nearby buildings for our inner storage floors. To help sustain our preserved food supply, we supplement our meals with fresh fish any chance we get. The double fish traps will help get bait for our fishing poles, or in a worst case scenario, provide a healthy protein snack. With some good luck on our side, we'll be feasting on a decent sized pike tonight. We'll use some of the fillets to make a fish roast for some easy cooking XP, then grill it all up. Just like last time, we'll save the roast for later and enjoy a grilled whole medium pike for dinner tonight. After dinner, we'll clean up a bit and then read ourselves to sleep. When our eyes flutter awake again inside the book, no sunlight could be found. We'll waste the early hours of the morning reading. Then, we'll head out just as the sun's about to break over the horizon. We had a new destination we wanted to reach. Just a couple blocks away was LSU, a rather sizable college campus. As all good colleges do, they spent egregious amounts of money on their sports team and equipment. Now, at the precipice of ruin, we'll take advantage of that fact. We want to gain access to the main gymnasium, and hopefully inside we'll find one of the greatest conveniences that can be offered to a man trying to improve himself. A dumbbell. Unfortunately, the creatures hadn't fully settled in for their morning naps. As we drive by, they seek out the sound of our engine. We can't leave so many wanderers unattended just outside our base's perimeter, so we'll greet them with the sound of flesh and metal clapping. The amount of mutants on the streets was growing. We'll need to start thinning the horde of beasts if we want to make progress into their territory. The sunlight on our shoulders gave us some reprieve from their terror, but the sheer number that exists out here was a little overwhelming. zombies brought us a beautiful axe, which we'll happily swap out for our almost broken machete. We had plenty of duct tape, so we'll be able to repair the machete later when time wasn't so pressing. Our goal was the school, but we couldn't stop ourselves from checking out the local parking lot that we came across. Vehicles were just so disproportionately valuable to us. Inside the metal graveyard, we found not one, but 3 working vehicles with keys just waiting to be joyridden by us. Each one carried problems of their own, but options were limited. We decided to utilize this area as a staging zone and start clearing our way forward to the school at the end of the street. Fences along both sides of the street made us feel secure about pushing forward, less direction for possible sprinters to sneak up on us from. Take any chance we get to catch our breath, to make sure we won't be caught in a situation we can't escape from. Son of a... Neo the Crawler avoids our attacks easily and lands a devastating bite on our dominant hand. Upon realizing we couldn't fight properly anymore, we attempted to make like a tree and get the fuck out of there. A sneaky sprinter interrupted our wound 10 and sent us spiraling into chaos. We still weren't fast enough to outrun them outright. This information cost us another bite on our main hand, as well as a nasty laceration across the waist. We returned home to catch our breath and calm our nerves. We'd need to buy some time while we healed up our wounds before making another attempt to gain access to the campus gym. We headed back out to the water trap to clean off the carnage of the afternoon. Our stomachs reminded us of our shrinking food supply, so we'll gather another fish dinner before heading in for the night. The battle left our tank top worse for wear, so after treating our injuries, we'll scavenge through our goods to find a new one. For dinner, we cook up the sizable fish we caught whole, and then settle into the night with evening routine. Today, we enjoyed the luxury of sleeping in past noon. A violent blazing sun welcomed our pupils to the world. Unfortunately, mutant scouts also greeted us first thing today, and required us to fight in less than optimal condition. With the afternoon problems solved, we head out on a gathering quest. The fishing hole was the perfect place to waste away a day for recovery. We spend the afternoon surrounded by the serene scene of the overgrown golf course, and drain the water trap of whatever we could catch. We didn't catch anything too big, but we did catch a lot of smaller fish. The fishing hole was beginning to become exhausted, so we'd need to gather food in other ways for a while, or travel further into the park to find the center lake. After dinner, we take some time to clean and treat our wounds, which we probably should have done outside as to avoid getting blood on the floor. The elegant tapping of rain upon our roof signaled it was time to change gears. Although it was late, we donned our poncho and headed out into the dirt. This was the first rainfall since we built the water collectors in the farming field, so we took advantage of it to give the crops a good head start in life. Then we'll rest our weary heads till the morning. We woke up just before the sun, our muscles and wounds aching heavily still from the days prior. With the fishing hole low on supply, we'd need to spend today restoring our preserved food stash. We'll head out to the southern urban zone and continue siphoning out supplies from the once bustling neighborhood. We've only seen minor mutant activity in this vicinity, so we shouldn't have to worry about being overwhelmed. Besides just food, we also found a full propane tank, which we'll gladly take ownership of. We also found a bottle of bourbon, 3 boxes of 38 Special, which means we can finally use the Ruger we found a while ago, if we so desired. The propane tank only provides 20 hours of cooking, but it'll save us a lot of work gathering firewood or charcoal. We'll spend the next 24 hours reading constantly, in order to get through the collection of knowledge that we've acclimated. After we've reconditioned our minds, we'll finally rest and treat ourselves, so we can be in top fighting condition for when we make another attempt at breaching through the horde to reach the college gymnasium. Non-stop all morning long we fought against waves of these mutations. So many corpses littered the streets around us that it started to make us feel queasy. We'll take this opportunity to rest in our car and get away from it all. After turning on the AC in the car to cool us down, we devour the packed lunch we brought, smoke a cigarette to help calm any building anxiousness. After a very enjoyable lunch break, we jump straight back into the action. We got so close to our destination when Destiny decided it had different plans for us. One bad engagement left us reeling in pain as new bite marks adhered to our left forearm. We carefully drove ourselves out of this mess as we tried to bandage our injury. We decided to call it off for today, to return home and lick our wounds. After battling through hordes of enemies, we were starting to get exhausted, and this was our only reward. Our poor vehicle was a little closer to dead after our rushed escape from the oncoming mutations. After getting inside out of the rain, we found ourselves covered head to toe in the aftermath of the battle, and even more grateful to be immune to whatever caused all of this. Our destination remained unchanged despite all of the narrow setbacks we faced. Our goal of dumbbells would drive us to go to the greatest of lengths, but that'll have to wait until next time. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. A like, favorite, or share is also greatly appreciated. If you have a suggestion for a future challenge, please let me know about it down below or by joining the Discord. Thanks and have a wonderful one.